just for D-Rose. And we are live here on the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. We appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by here today to hang out with us because we're just two dudes that are huge MMA fans. Nothing more, nothing less for the most part. But we appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by here every single week here on the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. If you don't know, my name is Matt. D-Rose is on this side of your screen. And my lungs are tired after that favorite, brother. I'm not going to lie. So let the people know how you been over the past week, man.
Man, things been good over this way. You know, we gambling wise hit a pretty big bet this weekend. So.
Your biggest, man.
Yeah, my biggest $10 bet. It had a little bit of a Bellator twist to it as well, which was the funny part about it. But had a couple of different overs and man, ended up having a pretty good gambling weekend overall. I actually could have had a little bit better as I sent you one of the bet slips that I ended up cashing out on and pulling back. And I could have won more, but hey, let's we take our W's when we can take them. So I complained a lot about taking my L's here. I got to be grateful for getting a W this weekend.
Yeah, shout out D-Rose for finally hitting probably more than a 3-leg parlay. That's the first more than 3-leg that I've seen you hit, dude. And it's been a while, dude. But D-Rose puts a lot more money on than I do. He puts like $10, $20 down on them as well. I don't put that much at all. I also hit a parlay this past weekend. I believe it was like a 7-leg, 5 to win 75. So I wasn't too mad at that. Padding my bank account up for this week. So ready to get started for the most part. So let's shout out the chat. Lush Lemaine was in here early. We appreciate you. Wednesdays are for the Golden Octagon Podcast.
Yes,
Indeed.
Sir.
Thank
Lush
you,
Lemaine.
We got Austin. I'm calling it Topuria via KO round 1. It wouldn't surprise me at all, brother. I got to be honest. Lush Lemaine, Golden Octagon Podcast is back. Let's go. I hope so, Austin. Indeed. I need that gold disco to keep going up, dude. Austin, also, real quick, were you the one that mentioned the Verna Stairmasters? Because if so, I'm getting one of those cards made, and I'm going to make sure you get one of them, brother. We got Lush Lemaine to get here. We are live. Silent 6. Pack her up, boys. Indeed. We are here. How's it going, Hulk Lungs? About to smoke a bowl. Cheers, everyone. Congratulations, brother.
Cheers.
Enjoy, my guy.
Cheers, Hulk Lungs.
Same Hulk. Indeed. We are in here just getting it cracked. Here we go. Cracked a plus 900 myself. That's
Let's go, Lush.
To hear Lush Lemaine. Is D-Rose with hair or that Matt shirt? On the shirt, we got the secret Jewish Paulo Costa.
Nah, we'll talk about me with hair this weekend.
Not me, but the Stairmasters comment was gold. All right, brother. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who it was. I will have to go back through. I do want to get whoever made that comment, that card out to them because it's a custom card, but I got it sent like a mock-up about 20 minutes before the show, and it's hilarious. I have to get the card. D-Rose, do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna lie. Right. I was actually taking notice of Tank Niner's comment, and now that I keep looking, he's on to something there. Like if you look at it at like a quick glance, he's kind of on to something. I can see that a little bit.
Is that D-Rose with hair on Matt's shirt? Oh wow, they think that you wish you looked like Paulo Costa, brother.
I can see it. I can see it a little bit, man. You know,
get out of here. D-Rose about to turkey up, get his hair transplant. It's the same hair transplant. Jesus, D-Rose about to go to Turkey and get the same hair transplant as Marab. Maybe with one of these sick parlays that we can hit with, brother. So let's not D-Rose attending UFC 420 right now. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, brother. So
my man,
real quick, let's touch on this past weekend's fights, just the headlines real quick. Then we'll touch on some new UFC news and fight announcements. And then lastly, we'll give you our picks and preview this weekend's fight card. UFC Nashville, ABC 5, something like that. We got Josh Emmett versus Ilya Topuria in the main event, though. So that's what to look forward to on today's show. So if you guys haven't already, or if you guys wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up button for us. We would greatly appreciate that. Hey man, D Rose doesn't wish he had physique of William Knight under there.
see, I don't want to put anybody,
huge, dude.
Yeah, I just don't want to have to, hurt no feelings or nothing. So that's why I just try to keep it, compressed under the hoodie,
Gotcha. All right. So with that being said, D Rose, let's go over the fights from this past weekend. Let me pull them up real quick. So in the main event, obviously, Jared Cannonier did defeat Marvin Vettori via decision. Arman Tsarukyan does defeat Joaquim Silva, via third round TKO. Armin Petrosian does defeat Christian Leroy Duncan via decision. Pat Sabatini does defeat Lucas Almeida, round 2 submission. Manuel Torres does defeat Nicholas Mota, round 1 knockout. Disgusting, dirty knockout at that. And then the opening fight on the main card was Nick Dalby versus Muslim Salikov. And Nick Dalby does pretty much just 30-27 Muslim Salikov for the most part. He really didn't stand a chance. Dorian, before you start talking, let me reconnect my headphones back so I know I could hear you. All right, go ahead, brother.
Oh yeah, no, we're good. I was waiting for the recap from the pick champ.
All right. So with that being said, we'll get into it, dude. Before I announce the pick champ, dude, the only 2 that I got wrong happened to be in there, dude. We had 7 or 8 different picks, and the only 2 that I got wrong happened to be in the pick champ, dude. It was just the luck of the draw this past week. I had a few strong opinions, 2 plus 250 dogs, dude, by decision, and I was right on both of them, but I didn't put it in the pick champ because reach, disadvantage, and everything. But let's get into it. Our 3 different picks this past weekend: Jared Cannonier does defeat Marvin Vettori, where I picked Marvin Vettori, and D Rose does pick Jared Cannonier. Our second different pick was Manuel Torres versus Nick Mota, where I went Nick Mota, and D Rose went Manuel Torres, and our third different one was Nick Dalby versus Muslim Salikov, and I went dude.
It was Muslim Salikov, Nicholas Dalby. Yeah, that's right.
Muslim Salikov, Nick Dalby, and
I picked Salikov.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then D Rose picked Muslim Salikov. I don't know why that one threw me off right there at the end. So that being said, D Rose gets 2 out of the 3 correct there, sir. He is and still this week. It is absolutely crazy. Lush Lomain has to do and still. The streak is crazy, dude. I don't understand.
And I forgot my belt.
That's what you get. That's what you get. The belt? Because we picked different on 7 or 8 different fights, and we picked 3 different ones for the official pick champ. And I happened to just pick 2 of the wrong ones. I could have easily clean sweep Dorian this past week, even if we picked 5 different ones. But that's luck of the draw. That's what happens. I'm just glad I did win a parlay as D Rose is trying to find this belt. I was surprised by Dalby's. I was surprised.
My daughter came in here and took it.
Hulk Lung saying I was surprised by Dalby's performance. Not gonna lie. Can't stop staring at that T-shirt. It's totally D Rose with hair.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can see it now. I'm telling you, Tank Niner, you're on to something.
Wish. All right.
I'd love to see what kind of picture Paulo Costa's team used making that shirt, man.
Definitely did not come from the Paulo Costa website. I was gonna get one of his shirts, and it was $60 for it. It just said Secret Juice on it. I was like, no chance. I'm paying $60 for a black shirt with the yellow writing on it says Secret Juice. Get out of here, you loser. All right, man.
You fucking dork.
This past weekend, dude, did you see the thumbnail picture? Does this describe it right here in the bottom left real quick?
Yeah, it definitely does. In a nutshell, dude. Dude, it's crazy.
We have Jared Cannonier with bombs as hands and Marvin Vettori with the head as the thing, dude. It's pretty much made of rock.
Yeah, because
talk to me. What happened in the main event?
I mean, I was just surprised. I told you I thought that Jared Cannonier was going to win. I think that Jared Cannonier, he does. I think he has really good takedown defense. He's as strong as an ox, dude. I mean, he's fought at light heavyweight and heavyweight. Like he's fought Glover and Jan. Not that he didn't fight the greatest heavyweights, but I mean, he still fought at 265 plenty of times. So he's fought, some very strong guys in there. So I don't think takedowns are going to be a thing for him. But in the first round, I'm not going to lie, me picking Jared Cannonier, I got a little worried there. Marvin was tagging him there. Marvin stumbled him there when Jared switched to southpaw. But dude, after that, as you know, on that last leg on my bet, I had just the fight to go to decision. I didn't have either or because I thought Jared was going to win, but I wasn't super confident. Dude, that second round, my heart is literally laying in the floor because Marvin Vettori is getting his head pinged across the whole fucking octagon. Like, Jared Cannonier is literally walking him down, holding him by the back of his head, and just beating his ass senseless and just landing bombs. Like, dude, it was just absolutely nuts to see Jared Cannonier lay those bombs on the Marvin Vettori like that. Most dudes are crumpling. Like, he drops most people with those big shots. Man, it didn't even look like Marvin got the spaghetti legs during that moment, but it looked like after that second round, a lot of people were saying that, man, he's going to gas, because I think, was it Cruz that said, well, Jared Cannonier is going to have to maintain his energy, he's going to potentially gas. Dude, he literally maintained that ass beating the whole fight. And for people to say that was fight of the year or whatever, like a great fight, one of the fight of the year contenders, I don't know what they watched, because outside of the first round, that was an absolute ass beating that Jared Cannonier put on Marvin Vettori.
Yeah, man. I mean, I actually messaged you after like round one, and I was like, "How tight's your butthole right now?" or something like that, dude.
No, it was after round two,
and you sent me a picture of just the dude sweating.
Yeah, because dude, I was absolutely free. Yeah, it's the Jordan Peele meme when he's just absolutely profusely sweating. Because yes, I was when Jared Cannonier was landing the bombs, and dude, when Jared Cannonier literally when he just scooped Marvin Vettori and slammed him on his back, Jared Cannonier has some of the most vicious ground and pound in the game, and bar none, out of anybody in the sport. That dude's ground and pound is absolutely vicious. So I thought when he took him down, I was like, he's going to hit Marvin with an elbow, and it's going to be over, and my bet's done. So yeah, I was absolutely butthole tight. I was lemon booty the whole time, as they say.
Yeah, so the streak of unfinished Marvin Vettori continues, dude. At this point, you would have to literally dude, if he survived a gunshot to the face, it wouldn't even surprise me, dude. I'm like, oh, makes sense. Marvin Vettori, dude. It's got a chin of absolute granite, dude. And thoughts on what Austin's saying here. Do you think Jared deserves another title fight after that?
Well, here's the thing, is that I do think that is Jared next for the title? I mean, I guess if you could say based on his last few fights, no, just because he had the fight with Izzy here recently. But Dricus and Robert Whittaker, the winner of that fight, is supposed to be the one who fights Izzy next. If they want to maintain Izzy staying on that UFC Australia pay-per-view card in September, I just don't see Robert Whittaker or Dricus being able to turn around that quickly. So if they want to maintain that, and Robert Whittaker nor Dricus can turn around, there's a very good chance that Jared Cannonier, just due to scheduling wise, could be the guy up next, just because he's kind of earned his way back there by beating Sean Strickland and Marvin Vettori the way that he has. And his biggest problem in the Izzy fight was he didn't have enough aggression. I think in his last two fights, he's definitely shown a lot more aggression, putting his foot on the gas, and he's a little more willing to mix it up and using the takedowns as he did against Marvin Vettori. So due to scheduling, he very well could earn an opportunity.
What about just not next, but I'm just saying, does he have to fight again to get a title shot? So what Austin is asking just eventually from that fight.
Yeah, no, I get it. But what I'm saying is, if they want to keep Izzy on that pay-per-view in September, I mean, there could, who knows? There could be a chance that Jared Cannonier, just due to scheduling, because Robert Whittaker nor Dricus are ready, there could be a chance that Jared Cannonier could earn that opportunity next. I mean, I would think that he would at least need one more win. Now, who would it be against? We're not too sure. I've seen some suggestions of saying that if Hamzat does move up to 185, why not make Jared Cannonier versus Hamzat, the number 1 contender fight after Drakus and Robert Whittaker. But yeah, I would say at worst, Jared Cannonier was probably 1 fight away if Izzy's still the champ.
And, Silent Six saying, I think Izzy fights Hill for the light heavyweight belt on the Australian card, which is going to be missed in Perth. Got to catch Sydney. Yeah, man, that could happen. I don't think Jamal Hill's making 205 anytime soon right now, dude. Yeah. Jamal Hill's looking thick right now, dude.
Yeah, he looking like he might have to cut down to make heavyweight right now. So I like Jamal Hill, but yeah, he looking like he's gonna have to cut to make heavyweight, let alone light heavyweight. So I don't know if he's gonna be ready that soon, but. Man, I am interested to see if they're going to put Jamal Hill in the fight soon because he's been calling for Yuri, or he said, I guess, eventually the winner of Jan versus Alex. But, yeah, I'd like to see him scheduled soon, too.
All right, so co-main event, brother. We got Arman Tsarukyan versus Joaquim Silva, however it is. I'm not sure. He's Brazilian. Dude, round 1, I was like, all right, Arman, cool. Come out there, gas him out round 1, get the finish. That's what you should do. Everyone was expecting it. And dude, when round 2 started, I was like, all right, man, I needed this under 1.5 because I'm going to be honest. If he would have like had it under 1.5, man, I probably would have won like $900 this past weekend from like a $5 bet. So Arman Tsarukyan really kind of letting me down, but it is what it is. He ends up still getting the finish which does get me the dub. But dude, he got rocked in round 2. And I was like, uh-oh, this is not good, dude. So kind of unsettling for the most part, but he does get the round 3 finish. And dude, I think he's a little big for his own britches. That's what my grandma would say. Dude, I just feel like he thinks he's way better than he actually is, man. He just has on the feet, dude, he has a lot of holes and he can be hit. Shown this past weekend, dude. And I maybe messaged you, but I was like, I would like to see a matchup between Arman Tsarukyan and T-Rex, Terrence McKinney. I just want to see what happens there, dude. Because man, dude, he there's openings there and he can get hit. Give me your thoughts on this fight. Arman Tsarukyan, impressed, not impressed? Do you lose a little like steam for him, or are you still high on Arman Tsarukyan?
I mean, I think overall, it was tough. He was put in a tough position because he was initially supposed to fight Renato Moicano. Renato Moicano gets an injury, pulls out of the fight. So, in terms of like a high name fighter, no one was really willing to take that fight on such a short notice, which is understandable. And plus, like, why is Dustin Poirier going to like, oh yeah, I'm not going to fight Justin Gaethje, I'm going to fight Arman Tsarukyan on the, you know what I mean? The shit just doesn't make sense. So, I mean, Arman's put in a tough spot there for getting the opponent that he got in Silva, but I mean, still a tough fighter nonetheless. He's been a veteran in the UFC for a long time. Joaquim Silva has, so a tough opponent. I think what kind of hurts Arman is that he was such a big betting favorite, so a lot of people were holding him to that standard. I think Arman's still got a lot of the talent there. I mean, I thought he still was able to display some good wrestling, some good control, and then when he kind of sensed to go for the finish, he didn't hesitate. That is one thing I will say. Like in that 3rd round, like once he got the top position and was ready for the ground and pound, like he didn't, try to make sure he held position, get one shot off and hold. Like he just rained bombs until the ref pulled him off of him. So I do like that he was able to kind of, flip that and have the finishing instinct. And I like that he was able to respond well from getting hurt in that 2nd round because, getting hurt by a guy, kind of getting rocked like that, the way he did with that big hook. A lot of guys, hey, they might be able to, I guess go in airplane mode and, try to swing and go for the fences, but he was still able to kind of keep his wits about him, go for the takedown, and was able to bounce back and get a finish like he did. So a tough fight for him. Is he top 5 ready yet? I don't think so. Like, I think Beneil will probably still end up finishing him. Or maybe not finish him, but I think Beneil would potentially still beat him. But I do think that Arman is good. He's young, so I just think he has some time to still develop.
Dude, for some reason, I didn't know I had a green screen on. And I was wondering, like, bro, what's wrong with my background? Like, where's my light at back there? It was like just white the whole time. But yeah, apparently there's my thing. So I apologize, y'all, if I looked weird at all. I had a green screen effect on for some reason.
Yeah, like you were in a spaceship.
It looks like me and you are just on just a little bit different I guess opinions on Armin for the most part. But anyway, that being said, man, anything else on this card? I know you want to talk about the Manuel Torres knockout. Go for it, brother.
Well, no, just more or less that dude's just a savage, and he always goes for the finish. I think in his last, I don't know how many wins. I think it was like 15 out of 16 wins or something, or something to that crazy extent. Like basically 90% of his wins are all like first round knockouts, and that dude absolutely goes for it every time. Threw that big bomb of an elbow and absolutely crushed him. So that was absolutely crazy. And then also, what did you think about, man, one of the crazy things, Carlos Hernandez and Dennis Bondar? That was one of the things I want to talk about too. The ending sequence with the headbutt.
I'm glad you brought this up, man. I'm so glad you brought this up. In my opinion, this is how this fight went, right? First of all, earlier in the night, the dude got kneed in the face illegally. No points taken. The dude was clearly down. Like his hands weren't even up or anything, and he just went for the knee. So point should have been taken there. But then moving on to the next round, the dude gets slammed. Maybe knocked out from the slam. Maybe knocked out from a clash of heads. But bro, that happens every single time that slam happens. That's going to happen every single time. That's how it happens. That's wrestling, brother. That's wrestling. But yeah, dude, if the ref was going to stop it, he should have stopped it after 1-2 elbows, dude. No, Carlos Hernandez lands 6 elbows while Dennis, like Bondar's arms are flying up in the air like this. And it's like, okay, Jared Villel, now you stop it. But if you were going to stop it via the headbutt, stop it after the headbutt, not after 6 or 7 elbows after he's clearly out. Arms are flopping around like he's a noodle man, dude. What? Dude, that actually cost me a little bit of chunk of change too, because I had Carlos Hernandez by finish in I think 2 or 3 parlays too. But it is what it is, man. I thought it should have been a stoppage. It is what it is, man. How y'all feel about Keith Red Marbo personalized stopping the dude? There is a lot of mess ups from this past weekend, but I just didn't think anyone wanted to hear about it for the most part because it was this past weekend, dude. This past weekend was nuts with that happening, the Bondar fight. I actually think one other thing happened like later on in the night too that I was like, dude, what is happening tonight, man?
It was a crazy night and capped off with a wild fight the way it was. So yeah, it was a good fight this past weekend. But yeah, Keith Peterson definitely dropped the ball. He grabbed Ronnie Lawrence's hand, and then basically when Ronnie Lawrence's hand came back, like it slapped Dan Argueta, and then he called the fight. But Ronnie Lawrence knew what he was doing, dude, because he kept kind of hovering that hand. Had Keith Peterson given him about 10 more seconds, Ronnie Lawrence was about ready to go. So I think he might have jumped in a little too early and dropped the ball, but Ronnie Lawrence, he was flirting with danger with hovering that hand like he was going to tap anyway. So I think he was almost out.
Yeah, Team Pereira like in the Secret Juice shirt, and he knows it's Paulo Costa. It ain't D Rose's hair. Oh, Keith, either you die here by stopping the nonsense, or live long enough to bring the nonsense. He has indeed lived long enough, brother. The nonsense does nothing but keep coming now. Yeah, dude, that fight was nuts. What did you think about that? Like, should it have been a DQ, no contest, or
well, I mean, the only thing that sucks in that situation is that it's like, well, you can't really restart the fight because it wasn't a fault of either of the fighters. Like, it was just a fault of the ref. And now the fight's over, no contest.
No, in the Hernandez versus Bondar fight, what did you think?
Okay. Yeah, no, on that one. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of weird that they ended up so they stopped the fight to rule it a technical decision. I mean, Carlos Hernandez was going to win the fight regardless at that point, but I thought it was stupid that okay, so you stop the fight by technical decision with 1 second left in the fight. So
after the dude is knocked out on the ground
and has eaten 6 to 7 vicious elbows and is looking like an inflatable arm man, like just the arms just fucking flailing from getting bombed on from elbows, dude. So yeah, it was just a crazy situation. Just so weird how they ruled it. I thought it was going to be a knockout too, but Carlos Hernandez still was the rightful winner at the end of the day, and that's the main thing.
Indeed, dude. Indeed. So with that being said, let's move on down to the fight news announcements, things like that. You got anything off the top that you want to talk about?
I know that there's rumors. I guess it was verbally agreed to. Henry Cejudo and Chito Vera. I didn't know how buzzed up you were for.
Yeah, man, that's official. UFC 292 in Boston on the same card as O'Malley versus O'Malley versus Aljamain. I think Henry wants to be the backup, but also still wants to fight on that card because he doesn't think Aljo is going to make that fight. So I think Henry plans to step in to fight Aljamain. I mean, step in to fight O'Malley on that night. But he is matched up against Chito Vera, so I wanted to get your thoughts on that fight, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would say early thoughts. I mean, Cejudo kind of knew what he was doing in terms of the matchmaking. I mean, especially with the way that Chito kind of got out-wrestled by Sandhagen in his last fight. Now, Cejudo, with his wrestling, he's more kind of position control. He's not really good with ground and pound or anything like that. I thought Corey Sandhagen was, even though it wasn't the most damaging ground and pound, was just enough that was convincing to the judges. But I think that Chito, he's just so content off his back is the big thing. He's willing to throw elbows and try to get dudes in arm bars and stuff and just not willing to get up off his back. But no, I think it's a good fight. But Cejudo, I mean, breach advantage wise, I mean, Chito's got the kicks and stuff that's real nasty. So I think it's a real interesting fight, man.
Yeah, man. As much as I don't want to say it, dude, Henry's for sure going to win that fight. Henry's old now. Stop trying to beat off these contenders, dude. Come on, man. You retired already. Don't come back.
Is Chito really a contender, though? I mean, I guess at this point,
I think so. Still, dude. He's beaten everyone that's basically not fought for the title.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I guess that loss to Sandhagen, I don't know. I guess it was kind of like every time he's kind of had the opportunity, Aldo, Sandhagen, every time he kind of gets towards that top of the division, he always seems to kind of get, kind of knocked back down. So I just don't know if he's kind of hit his ceiling at this point.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Anyway, so let's jump into these, man. I think that was. Yeah, that was we did that last week. Here we go. Did I give you OSP versus Iwan Cutelaba last week?
No, or at least I don't remember if you did. Maybe I didn't care enough if you did. But,
yeah, that was a long time ago. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing Cutelaba get snoozed, but that's definitely, especially the way OSP's fought his last few, that's definitely going to be a dub for Cutelaba, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Here we are, dude. We got Francis Fire Marshall taking on Isaac Bulgarian. You care about that one, August 12th?
I like Francis Marshall. He's a good fighter, so I know he had the loss in his last fight, but let's see how he bounces back.
All right, man. Next one up, we got Zalgas the Baddie Zumagulov going to fight this weekend, man. Looks like he don't got to wait, so that's good, yeah?
Yeah, the Baddie. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, I'm surprised you didn't say this one off the top, dude. And I want to get your thoughts on him accepting the matchup as well. We got Corey Sandhagen taking on Umar Nurmagomedov on August 5th. Thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, so I actually ended up forgetting about that fight, but just thinking about that fight now, it's a super interesting matchup. Man, the only thing that I can really think is that the UFC has told Corey in some sort of way, like, dude, there's a very good chance you're going to fight for a title next, like if you beat Umar. Because other than that, I mean, there's no reason that, has Umar, what is he ranked? Like 13, 12, like in the division right now? Like, I mean, if according to the UFC rankings, I can't think he's top 10 right now. I mean, his best win to this point, while we do think he's going to be a good fighter, I had to think, what is it? Harney Barcelos at this point is his best win. I mean, Harney Barcelos is a good fighter, but a UFC veteran, not a top 5 guy like Corey Sandhagen. Big jump up for him, but Corey Sandhagen, he's tend to kind of step up his game his last few fights. So let's see how he handles that Nurmagomedov style. I'm interested to see how it goes.
And Hulk Lung's wanting to know your favorite bantamweight to watch. He likes Corey Sandhagen and Song Yadong, but I know you're a fan of Song Yadong as well.
Yeah, I would say my 2 favorite bantamweights, Adrian Yanez. That's my guy, number 1. I can't wait to see him bounce back either, or as well. Definitely going to see him. And I had to say Song. Yeah, Song Yadong. I'm a big Song Yadong fan. Dude just goes up there. He's got a vicious style. His boxing is nasty. Yeah, him and Yanez, I think they got not a similar style with their boxing. I say Yanez is a little bit more of the counter striker. My Song Yadong's nasty.
My laptop's dying, brother. I gotta go get my shit real quick. You want to talk to the people for just a second?
Yeah.
Let's Max Holloway versus Chan Sung Jung, August 26th. Let the people know about that one.
So I think that's an interesting fight. So I think the reason why is because that a lot of people are upset about this fight with Max and Zombie because, we're going to send Zombie out there in his retirement fight against Max Holloway. But, at the same sense, what are we going to do with Max Holloway? Because one of the biggest complaints that I think fans and also Volkanovski has had is that Max Holloway has beaten a lot of the top contenders in his last few fights and has not really given the division enough time to grow for Volkanovski to fight other contenders because he's already beaten Max Holloway 3 times. So it's like, what can you do? Max is so good compared to the rest of the division, but he's still not good enough to beat Volkanovski that they've already had to fight 3 times. And, since Volk had that convincing win against him in the last fight, Max doesn't really have anything to do. So, I mean, if he wants to kind of take legacy fights at this point, which fights could, potentially pay him pretty good in one night, against Zombie, that's a guy from his era that he's been wanting to fight for a long time. So, I mean, I really like the fight personally. I mean, people were kind of, poo-pooing it, whatever. I think it's a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, they both wanted it, so, I mean, give the fighters what they're asking for, man. Why not?
Exactly.
Max opened up a minus 1,000 favorite, though. Not surprising one single bit. We got Cyril Gane versus Sergey Spivak, headline in Paris, brother. You care about that one?
That's actually a pretty decent fight, and I had no idea that Sergey Spivak, I'm pretty sure he's ranked number 2 in the heavyweight division right now.
It's crazy, man.
Sergey Spivak is number 2. What is going on with the heavyweight division right now? That is absolutely nuts. But I mean, dude, this is absolutely like Sergey Spivak. If this is his moment to earn a title shot, I mean, this is it right here. I mean, you go in here, you beat Cyril Gane. You're number 2. Cyril Gane's still technically the number 1 guy in the division right now. So, you beat Cyril Gane. That's a title fight.
Yeah, man. Hulk Lung. Cyril Gane versus Sergey Spivak, headlines Paris on September 2nd. So you guys, I guess, keep an eye out for that one, man. Dude, could you imagine Sergey Spivak goes in there and ragdolls Cyril Gane?
Dude, and the thing is, I mean, we've seen what Sergey Spivak did to Derek Lewis in his last fight, and we know Derek Lewis, he's not the greatest wrestler, but dude, he's pretty good with defending takedowns. He defended him pretty well against Curtis Blades, who's a great wrestler. Yeah. And we've seen what Cyril Gane looked like against John Jones, he just absolutely got ragdolled. And see, Sergey Spivak, while a different type of wrestler, has no problem ragdolling dudes. So, yeah, I was surprised that Cyril even took the fight.
Nate Craig saying Sergey earned his spot in the rankings, and Austin said he probably will, to be honest. Damn, dude. Interesting fight. We got Jordan Levitt is out of his fight against Elvis Brenner, and Guram Kutataladze will now step up and fight Elvis Brenner on July 1st. Care about that one?
I don't know who Elvis Brenner is. So
blonde-haired Brazilian guy
from the Contender Series.
Yeah.
I think, I think I remember now. But
you're like, I don't care. Okay. All right, Sean, the Sniper Woodson dude, born ready, returns against the Mean Machine, Steve Garcia, to UFC Nashville, August 5th. Care about that one? I care about that one. I'm a Sean the Sniper Woodson fan.
Yeah, I was about to say, it seems like it's been a while since we heard from him, so be interested to see what he looks like since he's been back with his like giraffe legs.
Dude, he's got the craziest body style. We got Waldo Cortez Acosta. They're going to be taking on Lucas Brzezinski August 26th. Do you care about that one?
I mean, should be a decent little scrap, but not really super interesting.
That's this weekend. And then we got Macy Chasson is out. And Yana Santos will now face Carol Hossa on July 1st. I'm not even going to ask you. I don't care about that one. Bruno Silva versus Cody. Nah, the other Bruno Silva. The flyweight Bruno Silva versus Cody Durden. You care about that one? September 23rd?
Should be a good fight, but yeah, I don't care.
All right, that's Cheeto and Henry. We got Kai Don't Blink Car France taking on Manel Cap, UFC 293, September 9th. That's that Australia card. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, man, Kai is just willing to take on all comers at this point. I mean, there's one thing that you can give him credit for is that he ain't scared to sign dotted line against anybody. I mean, he's willing to fight all the young up-and-comers. I think he's got a little bit of the fans' respect coming off that Amir Albazi loss. You know, a lot of fans did think he won that fight. So, but Manel Cop, he's got a lot of momentum behind him as well. And yeah, that's a tough fight for Kai. So that should be a good one, though.
Hey, man, do you have any info on when 2023 Optic UFC comes out? All right, brother. Optic will be at the end of the year, so probably November, December, something like that. So you're going to have a few more sets this year. Don Rush just came out. You're going to have Select, and then you're going to have Chronicles, and then you're going to have Optic. They might even throw one more in there this year. Who knows? But Optic comes out at the end of the year, my guy. Up next, we got Tucker Lutz taking on Melsik Bagdasaryan. You care about that one?
No.
All right, Jude, I sent you this one. Verna Jandiroba is out against Tatiana Suarez, and in steps none other than Bacha Estaca, Jessica Andrade on August 5th, dude. Give me your thoughts on this, man. She just got snoozed like 2 months ago.
No was it even 2 months ago at this point? I mean, wasn't it in May?
It wasn't too long ago, I know.
Yeah, it was in May. So wasn't it the pay-per-view with Sterling and Cejudo? So what, that was a month ago? So yeah, she just got snoozed, and then she's going to turn around and fight Tatiana Suarez. Dude, that's going to be the fourth fight for Jessica Andrade this year. And she has been finished in her last two. She got choked out by Blanchfield and then got snoozed by Yan Xiaonan in her last fight. So
that one really broke my heart, man.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, I told you, and I actually won a little bit of money off of that fight too, so yeah. I wasn't too upset about it. But no, I just for Andrade to take this many fights consecutively like this, I mean, what's the date of the fight again? Is it July?
That's going to be August 5th.
Okay, August 5th. Okay, so I mean, at least she's got a little bit more time, but yeah, 4 fights in that short amount of time when you hadn't really had a lot of time to recover. You've had a lot of tough results in your last few. Andrade, man. I mean, she's a warrior, but I hate to see her keep accepting these fights.
Yeah, dude. There's gonna be a big size disadvantage for her too, dude. Fucking Suarez is big at 115. We got Jeremiah Wills taking on Carlston Harris, and Carlston Harris also on the same card. Do you care about that one?
Jeremiah Wells, I like him. So yeah, he normally brings a fight, and Carlston Harris. He might be. That's kind of like it almost feels like a step down for Wells since he fought Semmelsberger, but yeah, I like Jeremiah Wells, so that should be a good fight.
All right, we got up next. We got Vulcan No Time Uzdemir going to be taking on Azamat Mirzakhurov, UFC Paris, September 2nd, dude. It's like the same guy, just one's a lot wider than the other guy.
yeah. It's almost like the little, like, I don't want to say the son, but almost like the little cousin or something, like the little brother or something like that. Like Mirzakanov is definitely the little brother to the Volk's big brother. But no, that should actually be a really good fight. Volkan Oezdemir, no time. He's down for a scrap, and Mirzakanov, he really surprised me in his Dustin Jacoby fight, last fight. He was really able to close the range well with his boxing. That dude's got nice hands for that weight class, so that should be a good scrap.
Indeed. We got Shot Snatch at 2022 Optic. Always go Optic over regular, Don Russ, brother. The cards are a lot better quality. Zara Farron versus Haley Cowan. Oh, that's going to be dude. A lot of people are going to be torn on that fight. I know you don't care about it, but that's all the news that I have for this weekend, dude. So with that being said, you got anything else before we jump into the fights for this weekend?
Nah, man. Let's jump into it. See if you can get this pick champ back,
dude. I'm excited, dude. This could be a pay-per-view. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of good fights on here. You're only missing a title fight at the top for this to be a pay-per-view, dude. This was honestly better than the Canada card, if I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of good fights on here, man. I'm excited for this one. Give me your immediate thoughts on it, or how about this? I'll run down it first, and then I'll ask you for your thoughts. So
there you go.
Share my screen. Don't need to share the audio because,
all you're going to hear is like flight ads
and Colgate
and
commercial. All right. So that being said, this weekend, okay, that's pulled up. This weekend we got UFC on ABC. Number 5, Josh Emmett taking on Ilia Topuria, or UFC Fight Night Jacksonville. We got 14 fights, y'all. It's going to be taking place in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida. As I said, 14 fights starting off. Main evented by Josh Emmett taking on the Matador, Ilia Topuria. Co-main event going to be Amanda Hebos taking on Macy, the Future Barber. Feature fight of the night going to be Justin Tafa taking on Austin Lane. We got David Onama taking on Gabriel Santos. We got Brendan All Out Allen taking on Blendado Bruno Silva, or D Rose Bruno Silva, depending on who you ask. We got Neil Magny, the Haitian sensation, taking on Phil, the Fresh Prince Rowe. We got Rude Boy Randy Brown taking on Wellington Turman. We got Mateusz Raumbeski taking on Loic Radzabov. We got the Baby Shark, Tabitha Ricci, taking on Jillian the Savage Robertson, dude. We're torn there, huh? We got Zalgas, the baddie Zumagulov, taking on Joshua Van. We got Trevor Peak, baby. Hammer fisting, baby. Trevor Peak taking on Chepe Mariscal. We got Jamal Emmers taking on Jack Jenkins. Tatsuru Taira taking on Kalajason Rodriguez, the most Brazilian name in the UFC. And our first fight of the night, our curtain jerker, dude. Dorian's favorite fighter in the UFC, Cody Brundage, taking on the Reaper, Cedriquez Dumas. All right, man. Thoughts on the card?
Yeah, it's actually looking at it from top to bottom and listening you list it off there. It is a really good card. It is supposed to be the ABC card. So I will say, for the most part, when they go on like major program or major network programming like ABC, or when they go on ESPN, like regular ESPN, they tend to step their game up a little bit, and they definitely they step their game up on this card this weekend for sure. I'd say definitely based on a TV card standard, I definitely give it a B.
Dude, I would give this a solid A minus or an A, dude. I think this is a pretty solid card. There's no fighters like on here where I'm like, what are we doing? Why am I having a why? Like, there's none of those, because sometimes, dude, there is a lot of those. Let me rewind just a little bit. Lush Lemaine, good enough for a change to Cheddar Stream? I don't know, brother. It all depends on what I got going on Friday. Usually I can set aside some time on Fridays. Let's see. Lush, he's not wrong. They're better quality cards, but personally, I like just the normal. Oh, okay. So he's talking about the cards. Here we go. Topuria about however he wants for the most part. We'll get to it. I'm an optic addict. And then appreciate you, brother. Oh, here we go. Okay, they're going back and forth about cards. So I apologize, y'all. Let's get into it. Good card overall, but let's start here with Dorian's favorite fighter, Cody Brundage, dude. Let the people know why he's your favorite fighter in the UFC, man.
He's not. So I hate that. He's absolutely not. I just managed to pick him in a few matchups. He got
his own segment the last time that he fought, man. He got his own little segment featuring Lush Lomain in his last time that he fought.
Yeah, no, he absolutely did, because the dude has a fight IQ of a squirrel. And like, so there have been opportunities where I may have picked him, and I didn't pick him in the Olashechek fight, so don't think that I picked him against him, because I definitely picked Olashechek in that fight, but I did pick him against Rodolfo Vieira, and that's Matt's guy, and I thought there was a lot of value on Cody Brundage, and he was hurting Rodolfo Vieira a lot on the feet, but the problem was he kept trying to grapple with Rodolfo Vieira, and that's exactly what Rodolfo Vieira wanted to do, to get him down to the ground, wear him down, and submit him. And the way Cody Brundage ended up getting hilariously submitted by turning himself into the submission.
After pulling guillotine on Rodolfo Vieira.
Yeah, after hurting him multiple times. I mean, just dropping him everywhere. I'm like, and the punches didn't even look like they were hard, but it's like Rodolfo Vieira is literally flying across the octagon. I'm like, okay, cool. He's going to go ahead and win the fight. And then the dumbass just goes and pulls guillotine and just shits his pants. So I'm like, yeah, that's why Matt thinks he's my favorite fighter. But
right.
Yeah, this matchup is definitely weird.
In the first fight of the night, we got Cody Brundage taking on Cedric Dumas. Cody Brundage 8-4, won 2 of his last 5. Cedric Dumas 7-1, won all 7 until his last fight against none other than Josh Fremd. Lost by, I believe, second round guillotine choke, and honestly, just kind of gave up after round 1. He was kind of like, oh, I'm not winning this. As soon as that choke was it, just as soon as his arm went around his neck, dude, he was like he was done, dude. Literally gave up. Cody Brundage minus 125 favorite. Is that up to date? Cedric Dumas plus 105. I thought he was like a minus 220 a little bit earlier. Cody Brundage 29 years old, 6 foot, 72-inch reach. Cedric Dumas 27 years old, 6 foot 2, 79-inch reach, dude. So Cedric is going to have a 2-inch height and about a 7-inch reach advantage, dude. If I'm going to be honest here, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Are the odds up to date?
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm looking at on ESPN right now, it has Brundage minus 180 and Cedric Dumas at plus 155. So, I mean, yeah, closer than what I thought.
Dude, Cody Brundage, in all reality, should win this fight, dude. He should win this fight if 2 things don't happen. 1, he doesn't get absolutely clobbered in the first round and just get knocked out, because that's what Cedric does when he wins. He wins by first round knockout for the most part. But the dude has some good ground game. I guess in his previous fights before the UFC, he looked all right, man. Cody Brundage should win this fight unless he gets knocked out round 1 or just makes a smart move like he did in his last fight and just does some shit like that, man. Give me Cody Brundage to win this fight, but I'm glad I don't bet a lot of money, because I will not be putting this one in a lot of my parlays, man. What are your thoughts?
No. I thought about the only thing that I would consider is that, listening to how you said Dumas got finished in his last fight, he absolutely did. That was like just a pure exhaustion tap. Like, he just completely submitted to it. And we do see that Cody Brundage will just pull to random submissions every now and then as well. So I could see Cody Brundage getting a submission, as long as he just doesn't try to go in there and stand and bang with Dumas, because it's like he tries to go into another fighter's element and tries to beat them at that, and then gets clobbered in the process. Either way, whether he gets submitted or he gets knocked out. But as long as he fights smart, uses his wrestling, I think he should beat Dumas here.
All right. Over under on this is set at 1.5, dude. The over 1.5, dude, is plus 140. The under 1.5, minus 175. So kind of interesting there. I may even lean the over, dude. Because Cody Brundage isn't good, but I mean, neither was Josh Frem. So
no, not at all. But man, that's just as far as that one,
too risky for you.
Yeah, too risky. I think the only prop I'd be willing to play is probably Brundage by submission. Maybe first or second round if you want to try to get a little spicy. But I'd probably just go. If you're doing a parlay, maybe do Brundage straight up. But if you want to make it a little spicy, maybe go Brundage by submission.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we don't have any props yet, at least not on DraftKings or FanDuel, and that's what me and D Rose use for the most part. Not sponsored, by the way, but hey, if y'all want to sponsor us, hit us up over here. We could use one. So we're both going Cody Brundage this week.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Next fight of the night, we got. Let me put it back up here. We got Tatsuro Taira taking on Cleison Rodriguez, dude. How much more Brazilian can you get? KR Cleison Rodriguez. We got 13-0 Tatsuro Taira, 8-2 for Cleison, won 4 of his last 5. Tatsuro is right now, we'll see, according to Tapology, minus 375 favorite, but DraftKings got him at a minus 250 right now. Cleison Rodriguez, according to Tapology, plus 280, according to FanDuel, plus 210 right now. Tatsuro Taira, 23 years old, 5'7", 70-inch reach. Cleison is 27 years old, 5'6", and a 67-inch reach, man. We got Benjamin Chode in the house. What's going on, brother? Glad
what
you're
up,
able
Ben?
to make it in here and stop by, say what's up. But dude, I gotta go. Dude, I'm surprised this fight isn't closer line because these are both kind of prospects for the most part. Like both guys are young, good guys. Like I guess I just don't see why they're fighting each other right now. Cleison has a 4-year age advantage, dude. But I just think, dude, I personally think Tatsuro is the goods, man. I think he gets you to the ground, you ain't getting up, and you're probably going to get subbed by the end of the round. If round 2 starts, I expect the same thing's going to happen. Give me Tatsuro Taira by submission here, man. Which way are you going this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a tough matchup for Cleison Rodriguez. I just love saying the name Cleison. I say
dude,
Cleison.
If you've ever heard Gilbert Burns say it, it's so funny. He's like Cleison Rodriguez.
Dude, that's another one of those great names, dude. Like those Brazilian names, like they're one of a kind. But he's going to look so small compared to Tatsuro Taira. Like, dude, it's crazy because like Cleison Rodriguez almost looks too small for flyweight. Like it's crazy, but I do think that Tatsuro Taira
be an honor.
Man, but no, I think Tatsuro Taira. I agree with you. I think he's going to be a little bit too much here. Let's go Tatsuro Taira.
All right, me and D Rose both on the Tatsuro Taira this week. You think he's going to sub him, or are you interested in any of the other ways of victory, man?
Man, as far as I know, he gets some subs. I mean, that the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that mitochondria, it's kind of hard to just sit here and say that he's going to go in there and easily submit someone who's as ingrained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as Cleison Rodriguez is. So it's going to be tough to say that, but I do think that Tatsuro Taira should be able to get an easy one.
All right, man. All right. That being said, me and D-Rose on Tatsuro Taira. Moving on up, next fight of the night, we got Jamal Pretty Boy Emmers taking on Jack Jenkins, dude. Right now, according to DraftKings, Jamal Emmers minus 200 favorite, Jack Jenkins plus 170 dog. And then on Tapology, Jamal Emmers minus 175 favorite, Jack Jenkins plus 145 dog. Pretty boy Jamal Emmers, 33 years old, 5'10", 74-inch reach. Jack Jenkins, 30 years old, 5'7", 68-inch reach. I'm not sure if I said there's records or not, but if I didn't, I'll give it to you. Jamal Emmers, 19-6. Jack Jenkins, 11-2. Jack Jenkins won all 5 of his last 5. Jamal Emmers hitting that what do I call it? Christmas ball record right there, hitting with the green red. Won 3 of his last 5, but alternating the win-loss, dude. This is another one, dude. I'm surprised the lines are not a lot closer than what it is, dude, because this is a good fight, and this truly could go either way. I do slightly lean Jamal Emmers, dude, but not at minus 200. I don't like it. I think Jamal Emmers wins this fight, but it wouldn't be surprised if we get Jack Jenkins by decision. But official pick, give me Jamal Emmers. Which way are you going this week, D Rose?
Man, I think this one's
running. Grab another drink real quick. I'll be right back if you want to talk to the peeps for just a second.
Man, this one is I am a little bit surprised at the bet line on this one too. I do think that, I mean, I know Jamal Emmers, he has a more UFC experience at this point, but I mean, I do think that Jack Jenkins being the younger, kind of fresher fighter at this point. I mean, Jamal Emmers 33, Jack Jenkins 29. So Jack Jenkins coming in with a little bit more momentum. You know, he's on the 5-fight winning streak as opposed to, you know, Jamal Emmers kind of, you know, alternating wins and losses, and that's in the UFC as well. Jack Jenkins is pretty well rounded. He's got pretty good boxing, but he's got pretty good wrestling as well. So he's pretty well rounded. Man, I think I'm going to take the dog. I think I'm going to take Jack Jenkins here, man.
I don't blame you, man, because it's, like I said, it's a good fight, and I'm surprised that it's not a closer line because Jack Jenkins for sure has a shot here. Far Jack Jenkins, if you will. But, yeah, our first different pick of the night, D Rose going Jack Jenkins. I am going pretty boy, Jamal Emmers. So, moving up to the next fight of the night, going to be, where you go, next fight of the night. Going to be, holy shit, dude, we got a lot of fights we got to step on. Huh? We got that's what I was like, oh, shit. We got Trevor Peek taking on Chepe Machine Gun Mariscal, dude. Trevor Peek 8-0, minus 200 favorite. Chepe is 13-6, plus 170 dog. Trevor Peek undefeated, 8-0. Chepe is 13-6 and won 3 of his last 5. Trevor Peek 28 years old, 5'9", 70-inch reach. Chepe is 30 years old, 5'6", 69-inch reach. Dude, Trevor Peek is someone that I will not set down for his fights, dude. He's coming at you like this. The last thing you're going to see before blackness is this. Here, let me come back in here. The last thing that you're going to see before complete blackness is this in a Trevor Peek fight. It's just this. And then you're knocked out. That's how Trevor Peek throws his punches, dude. And, dude, I got to go Trevor Peek by knockout here. The over-under on this, dude, is set at 1.5. I'm all in on the under. Which way are you going this week, man? Do you like any over-under or anything like that, or how you'll see this fight end?
Yeah, I would definitely say I would say probably just do Trevor Peek by knockout. You can probably get a little bit better odds at that point. But yeah, he is definitely. I'm not super familiar with his opponent. Not going to lie, I was trying to sit here and look, but what is he? A UFC newcomer?
Yeah, on late notice, and he usually fights at 145.
Yeah. So homeboy definitely. I mean, he's got a lot more experience in him, but yeah, dude, Trevor Peek.
It looks like Austin and Lush both on the Chepe side this week, dude.
Damn, man. Well, I will say Trevor Peek is super sloppy. He is super sloppy. That is one thing. But
that's the best thing about it, dude. Dude,
good old sloppy Joe.
Can you believe that he continues that in the 3rd round, dude? It's like he doesn't gas. It just continues. And he's got like the Derek Lewis, like, I'll just stand up, dude. It's kind of crazy. People are going to be really surprised by how good Trevor Peek turns out to be, even though he throws these standing hammer fists of doom. Hey, give me Trevor Peek knockout this week. Which way are you going, D-Rose?
Yeah, I'm going Trevor Peek knockout too.
All right.
Dude's an absolute nut.
I got really passionate about Trevor Peek. Up next, we got Patty the baddie Zumagulov or Zagulis Zumagulov, with this cool haircut. I like it that Tapology updated it to this haircut too. I think that had to be my popular
They knew what they were
request.
doing.
They knew what they were doing. Request. We got we broke down Zagulis last week, dude. We know he gets robbed in decisions. 14-8 overall, lost 4 of his last 5. Josh Van, UFC newcomer, 7-0. Last fought for Fury Cage Fighting. Zagolis is 34 years old, 5'4", 66-inch reach. Josh Van is 21 years old, dude, 5'5", and we don't know his reach, dude. Give me Zagolis, probably by decision here. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I would definitely say for this fight, the over. I don't know what the over is exactly on the line right now, but if it's over 2.5, I would definitely say I'd feel comfortable taking that. But I'd probably say Zumagulov probably use a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of control, and I think he is the decision too.
All right, fair enough.
That's another prop you can play too.
Yeah, all right. Zagulis absolutely, dude. He has to win. He's got like 6 wives he has to support, man. I'll watch this fight end in a draw, dude. I would be like, what the hell? I cannot believe it. We can't give Zagulis the baddie. Just get him a win, man. Just get Zagulis a win. Next fight of the night, dude. This is the one that I know everyone is torn on it, man. I know me and you are probably going to pick different here, dude, but I'm for it. We got the Savage, Julian Robertson, taking on the Baby Shark, Tabitha Ricci. Dude, everyone that I've heard this week seems to be torn on this fight, but we got the Baby Shark versus the Savage. Dude, what happened? I didn't click on that. U.S. Southeast, apparently. Here we go. We got Tabitha Ricci, 8-1, won 4 of her last 5. Jillian Robertson, 12-7, won 3 of her last 5. This is going to be her second fight down at 115. Keep that in mind. Her last fight against, I believe, Pierre Rodriguez, right? Dude, I'm good.
Yeah.
Pierre Rodriguez. That was her first fight down at 115, and she did win. She got the armbar. So Tabitha Ricci, minus 125 favorite, according to Tapology. About the same on DraftKings as well. Jillian Robertson plus 100 dog. So Tabitha Ricci, 28 years old, 5'1", 62-inch reach. Jillian Robertson, 28 years old, 5'5", 63-inch reach. And before you say it, Dorian, dude, I cannot believe Jillian Robertson is only 28 years old. She's been in the UFC for so long. I took the words right out of your mouth, man. I'm going to let you pick first this week. I'm not going to take your pick or anything like that. I have my pick already. You actually know who I'm going to pick already, but people don't know. I'm going to let you spell it out for the peeps. Give them your pick, and I'll go.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could have left me the analysis for the age thing. I would say that's my lane.
Every time Julian Robertson fights, every time, dude, it's almost like he just forgets how old she is after every time she fights.
Because I swear I feel like she's so much older than what she is. And for the longest time, I used to mix her and Randa Marcos up because they both have the wild red hair. So I know Randa Marcos is older and she's retired now. So
Julian Robertson is a mixture between Randa Marcos and Lucky Lauren Murphy.
Definitely. She's definitely got a little bit of that lucky. She's definitely got a little bit of that junkyard dog jawline. I can see it. But no, I think for this fight, I do think that interesting betting line. Jillian Robinson coming in as the underdog, as you said, second fight coming in at 115. Tabitha Ricci, she's got decent striking. She uses her range pretty good. She's got good jiu-jitsu, of course, but her wrestling is not the greatest overall. But we haven't really seen her put on her back much. And what we've been noticing in Jillian Robertson's change in her game is her wrestling. She's just been more relentless just to go for it. And I like the aggression that she's been fighting with in her last few fights. She's been getting a lot of submissions. Man, I think it's going to be tough to submit Tabitha Ricci, but I do think that she's fought a lot more tougher competition than Tabitha Ricci to this point. Even being 12-7, you know, she's had a lot of momentum in her last few fights. I think Jillian Robertson being down at 115, I think is going to rejuvenate her. I think Jillian Robertson gets it done here, man.
All right, so it looks like you, Eli, Lush Maine, all are all on the Jillian Robertson side this week. D Rose, you knew I was on the Tabitha Ricci side this week. It's apparent. And it comes down to one thing, dude. Jillian Robertson, she's too comfortable spending time on her back, dude. And it's like you could be maybe throwing up stuff, but it's like if you're just on your back for the entire round, it just doesn't look good. I think Baby Shark is she's got some muscles on her, dude. She's got strong hips. Yeah, dude, she's got good control for the most part. Like I just think a lot of people are going to be surprised, like when they think, "Oh, Jillian's a bigger girl," but she don't have the muscle tone and the strength that I think Baby Shark has. Give me Tabitha Ricci this week via decision, dude. I think we're going to see maybe Jillian wanting to play on the ground and Tabitha Ricci treat her like the Polyana Viana fight and just kick at her legs a little bit because Tabitha Ricci's smart, dude. She's smart. Neither one of these girls have the best striking. So I do think this fight will be won on the ground, but I think Tabitha is good about when she picks to go there, which is why give me Baby Shark via decision. All right.
Interesting. That's another different pick.
I know. Is that different pick number 2 of the day?
Yeah, but I got a feeling we'll have a few more.
Yeah, man. So this is probably the one that I care least about on this entire card, man. So just going to run through this really quickly because don't have strong opinions for it either way. We got Mateusz Raumbetsky taking on Loic Radzhabov. Raumbetsky is 17-1, won all 5 of his last 5. Radzhabov 17-4-1, won 4 of his last 5. Raumbetsky minus 125, slight favorite. Radzhabov plus 105 dog, according to Tapology and DraftKings. Raumbetsky is minus 145 favorite. Radzhabov plus 125 dog. Raumbetsky, 30 years old, 5'7", 66-inch reach. Radzhabov, 32 years old, 5'11", 68-inch reach. I think this might be okay. So Radzhabov last fought against Esteban Ribovics in his UFC debut, dude. It was their both UFC debut. And Raumbetsky pretty much beat the ever-living shit out of Nick Fuhrer. But Nick Fuhrer is not good, so I don't really know what to take about that, man. It's like you beat a guy that's not good. Congratulations. I'm going Mateusz Raumbetsky this week, but I don't feel great about it. Don't really know too much about him for the most part. Which way are you going, man?
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with either or. I'm not even going to waste any time. Let's just go Raumbetsky here.
All right, me and D-Rose both on Mateusz Raumbetsky this week. Next fight of the night, we got Rude Boy Randy Brown taking on the Prodigy Wellington Turman. So let me get this pulled up. Here we go. Matt, how the hell do you rattle these names off like they're nothing? You just there's 2 like you grew up with them or something. When you're here every week, Austin, it just kind of, I don't know, brother. I don't know. I don't do anything with my life, I guess. That's why. Everything in my life revolves around something to do with the UFC. If I'm not at work, I'm either watching something to do with fighting, opening up UFC cards. They're just in my face all the time. To do the distance. All right. To go the distance. And you guys are a fan of the 3 p.m. Card show. D-Rose, let the people know how you feel about the start of the showtime this week, man. I'm a fan of it. I could wake up watching fights, but D-Rose, on the other hand.
Yeah, no, it sucks because I absolutely have to work 9 to 8 this weekend, and I'm going to have probably no chance to watch the card because I'm going to be busy at work. So, yeah, I'm going to try to sneak away and watch as much as I can, but you know, I hate kind of like watching and having to like, oh, well, you know, I got to focus on work and the fight card. I like to be able to just be at home, relax, maybe have some influences and just watch some fights, man. That's all I like to do.
I feel you, brother. So next fight of the night, we got Rude Boy Randy Brown taking on the Prodigy Wellington Turman. Randy Brown 16-5, won 4 of his last 5. Wellington Turman is 18-6, won 2 of his last 5, dude. Odds for this one are a little wild for me as well. Randy Brown minus 250 favorite. Wellington Turman plus 205 dog. Randy Brown, 32 years old, 6'3", 78-inch reach. Wellington Turman, 26 years old, 6 foot, 72-inch reach, man. According to DraftKings, they got Randy Brown minus 225 favorite and Wellington Turman plus 190 dog, dude. Give me Randy Brown by decision here, dude. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like Wellington Turman. I don't know. He's okay, I guess, but I guess just never impressed me. Got knocked out by Andrew Sanchez. I think that's the one that was like, dude, who is this guy? You get knocked out by Andrew Sanchez. That ain't good. But that was, 2 years ago, and he's only 26 now, dude. So damn near 3 years ago, and he's only 26. So he was only 23 years old when that happened, dude. Loses to Bruno Silva, then gets a win over Sam Alvey, but who doesn't? Wins over Misha Shirkinov, but nothing great either. And then loses to Andre Petrovsky via decision, dude. Yeah, dude. Give me Randy Brown this week. Which way are you going, man?
Man, so I think the only thing that's a little tricky with this fight is that Wellington Turman is going to look to wrestle, and that Randy Brown, the only few times that we've seen him on his back, he does get a little bit comfortable on his back, just trying to make sure he stays in a safe position, not really looking to get up much. But I do think that he has really good footwork. For the most part, he has really good takedown defense and good distance management, man. Good jabs. Wellington Turman, I just don't think his striking is all there. I just hadn't been super impressed with him since he's been in the UFC. I know he's got good jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know he's got good jiu-jitsu, good submissions, stuff like that, but he just never really overly wowed me too much here. I do think the play here, betting-wise, would be Randy Brown by decision. Either that or if you don't feel comfortable, maybe betting Randy Brown, maybe betting the over. But I'm going Randy Brown by decision.
Dude, is it me or it's like Randy Brown? Here, let me pull this off the screen for a second. Dude, Randy Brown will hurt whoever he's fighting, dude. And then just look at him. Like, it's like, bro, can you please go for the finish? It's like he's comfortable just dropping them and then, like, get up, man. Like, it's like, bro, just finish the damn fight. It's like, I feel like, dude, he has so much potential that is just untapped, dude. Thoughts on that, at least?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got a lot of ability because, I think defensively, that's one of the things that he does tend to struggle with a little bit is he has been knocked out a few times or he's been hurt and submitted as he was in his Jack Della Maddalena fight. He was knocked out by Vicente Luque. He was knocked out by Nico Price in one of the most awkward ways as he was trying to go for a finish. So I do think in some of his past fights, there were times where maybe he's kind of, hey, maybe I'm just not going to rush for it as much. And even in that fight against Chaos Williams, in which we both thought that he lost that fight, he got dropped in that fight too. So he is a little bit chinny. So I can see him kind of being a little reserved and not wanting to rush for the finish.
Hey, brother, at least we're not Silent 6 here, right? Where the card being at 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. for the main card.
My brother, I feel for you, dude.
No.
Yeah, I just had to catch that shit on ESPN Plus the next day, dude. I mean, I'm sorry. ain't no way. I got no problem when cards are that late, just going to sleep and checking it out the next day, man. There's no way. So props to you, Silent 6.
Yeah, all right. We're both on Randy Brown this week. Next fight of the night, going to be Neil, the Haitian sensation, Magny, taking on the Fresh Prince, Phil Rowe, dude. Neil Magny, 27-10. Phil Rowe, 10-3. Neil Magny won 3 of his last 5. Phil Rowe won 4 of his last 5. Neil Magny, 35 years old, 6'3", 80-inch reach. Listen to this, man. Phil Rowe, 32 years old, 6'3", 80-inch reach. When does Neil Magny ever fight someone his size? I'll tell you, never. Actually got a 0.5 reach advantage for Phil Rowe here, dude. Dude, Neil Magny, minus 150 favorite. Phil Rowe, plus 120 dog on FanDuel. On DraftKings, Neil Magny minus 175 favorite, Phil Rowe plus 150. Dude, I'm torn here because, dude, Neil Magny should win this fight, but dude, he gets hit, man, and Phil Rowe's got power and clean striking. He's got the same reach as Neil Magny, and Neil Magny don't fight people that are as big as him, dude. Dude, I might take the dog shot this week and give me Phil Rowe, dude. I think I might go Phil Rowe, man. But I'm torn. I'm not confident on it. But yeah, give me Phil Rowe, the dog, this week, man. Which way are you going?
I like this fight. I think it's an interesting fight. As you said, Neil Magny fighting someone his size, you know, it is very rare. I do think that Phil Rowe, he does contain a lot of power. He's got good boxing. I do think that Neil Magny, good wrestling.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, and he doesn't normally. Is he really?
Yeah, dude. And if you followed Phil Rowe like on Instagram for like 6 months straight, he like got pulled over and he was like, "Don't talk to me like that. I'm a black belt." And he like showed the cop his black belt. He was like in the grocery store. Like the lady's like, "It'll be $8.97." He goes, "Whoa, watch how you talk to me. I'm a black belt." Like for like 6 months straight, he was telling everyone he was a black belt.
So stupid. No, I did not know that, but no, that is interesting to know. As we do know that Neil Magny is well rounded, good wrestling, good boxing, good kicks. I think that Neil Magny, I just think that whenever he steps up in the division, he always gets knocked back down. But I do think as far as the lower level fighters, he's managed to kind of do well. The thing that Neil Magny struggles with is leg kicks. So if Phil Rowe discovers some leg kicks, I do think that he could potentially shake Neil Magny's confidence up a little bit. But man, I think Neil Magny's just seen too much and done too much. I think a Neil Magny decision would likely be it. So let's go Neil Magny by decision.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit, but is that going to be pick number 3 different on the card?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So we will move on up to one that I'm personally excited for, dude. I know a lot of people have strong opinions on this fight. Makes sense, but dude, for the longest, you know, I've been a Brendan Allen fan. Yeah, like I don't think he's ever fought. As long as we've been doing this podcast, dude, have I ever not picked him to win a fight?
I mean, pretty much.
I don't know if I have it, dude. I've literally picked him every time.
Did you pick him against Muniz? I thought you picked Muniz. But...
Nah, dude. I've picked him against Dare too because that was in the pick champ for the week, dude.
Yeah, well, I definitely picked Brendan Allen that week.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, because Brendan. I thought that was a good matchup, but I remember Muniz was your boy though.
Yeah, dude. He's good, man. He's good. I just need to go. Okay, so they're just talking about the fights on Sunday morning for Silent 6. But yeah, dude, let's get into it. Brendan All-In Allen, 21-5 overall, won 4 of his last 5. Dorian Rose or Bruno Silva, Blendado, 23-8, won 3 of his last 5. Dude, I'll get into it. Brendan Allen is minus 165 favorite. Bruno Silva plus 140 dog. Brendan Allen, 27 years old, 6'2", 75-inch reach. Bruno Silva, 33 years old, 6 foot, 74-inch reach. So Brendan Allen will be the bigger, have a better reach. And dude, Brendan Allen should win this fight, man. It's just he just worries me, dude, because he'll rush in and just get hit, dude. And his kryptonite is a right hook. And, dude, Bruno Silva fucking throws hooks like none other, dude. He will put your fucking lights out. The thing is, bro, I see Brendan Allen to be a younger, better version of GM3, Gerald Meerschaert. And, dude, it's like the plan is there. Bruno Silva's lost like 6 times via sub. Dude, give me Brendan Allen via sub this week to finish Bruno Silva. Which way are you going, D-Rose?
Yeah, I think this should be a really fun fight. I know that Brendan Allen was super upset this week because he said that he wanted kind of a higher ranked opponent. He had Jack Hermanson initially slated to fight him, but I think he was kind of in that Armin Saryukin position where, nobody else is really going to step up and take the fight. And Brendan Allen had to fight somebody. So Bruno Silva was the guy that took the fight. So definitely a tough fight for him. Bruno Silva, as you said, we know he can crack. But I do think that Bruno Silva just has a little bit of a hole in his grappling defense when he gets taken down on his back. Look, I love me some Bruno Silva. I do, but
it's yourself, dude. It's you in a mirror.
But he has hair now, so that's what I look like with a hair transplant. But no, I think Brendan Allen, he's definitely got the tools. I think as long as he uses his wrestling, doesn't try to rush in, get clipped one of the big shots, I think he should be able to win. At worst, maybe by decision, but I agree with you. I do think Brendan Allen gets a sub here.
Hell yeah. I'm glad D-Rose is coming on to the all-in side. D-Rose is officially all in on Brendan Allen.
I won plenty of money on Brendan Allen on that last fight. Dude, he was plus 170. I had him straight up in a couple bets, and I had him in a parlay piece that I won some money on with him that weekend too. So I got nothing for love of Brendan Allen right now.
Yeah, and I pretty much agree with Silent Six here, saying Allen is so good when he's on, but when he's not, it's a tough night for him, and that's how it goes, dude. And I think you're able to get into his head just a little bit, because, dude, his only 2 losses in the UFC were Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis, right? And in the corner, dude, while he's fighting Sean Strickland, Sean's talking shit to him during the fight, and then when he's fighting Chris Curtis, Sean Strickland is on the side of the cage talking shit to him during the Chris Curtis fight. It's like maybe you can get in his head just a little bit, dude. But
I guess
I'm confident Brendan Allen gets a dub this week.
Yeah, the worst part is just with Brendan Allen, he got knocked out by Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland ain't really knocking anybody out, so we just know how chinny he could be from time to time. So his defense is really bad at times, but let's hope he's improved on it a little bit.
All right, brother. We're both on all in this week. Next fight of the night, David Onama taking on Gabriel Santos, the silent assassin. David Onama. So taking the Vicente Luque nickname. This ain't Moeskin. Dude, it looks like mosquito. But I'm not going to try that. Gabriel Santos. We got 10-2 for David Onama, won 3 of his last 5. Gabriel Santos 10-1, won 4 of his last 5. Lost to Lerone Murphy via split decision, dude. So 2 months ago in London. So good fight, man. Pretty much undefeated. Besides that, David Onama plus 190 dog. Gabriel Santos plus minus 240. David Onama, 29 years old, 5'11", 74-inch reach. Gabriel Santos, 26 years old, 5'9", 71.5-inch reach, dude. Give me a Gabriel Santos this week, dude. I'm just not a David Onama fan. I don't pick him to win. I picked Nate Landwehr to beat him when he fought as a big dog. And you're like, dude, what's wrong with you? And hell yeah, dude. Nate the Train just won me over even more last week. I mean, not last week, but the time that he fought David Onama. I know D-Rose was upset, but Austin going Onama for the dub. I'm going Gabriel Santos, the favorite. Which way you going, D-Rose?
Yeah, I think the betting line's pretty interesting. I see Santos as big of a favorite as he is, considering that this is his second UFC fight.
Dude, currently on DraftKings, Onama plus 195, Gabriel Santos minus 230.
Yeah, I mean that's a steep line, man.
Just getting out of hand a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah. Line's definitely a little shaky for sure, but I do think that man, just a little weird here. But I think David Onama can actually get it done here. I don't know how confident I am to put it in the pick champ pick, but let's go David Onama here.
All right, me and D Rose was that different pick number 4 or 5, one of the two.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Coming down, closing to the end now. We got 3 fights left, y'all. So if y'all haven't already, do us a favor. Hit that thumbs up button for us. Help your boys out over here on the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. We would appreciate it. Next fight of the night. Dude, that's who this is. I've been wondering who this guy was all week, dude. And after seeing him now, I know who he is. Yeah, that's the dude that Greg Hardy knocked down in the Contender Series, right? Yeah. All right, we got Justin Badman Tafa taking on Austin Lane. Justin Tafa, 6 foot. I mean, 6 foot. 6-3. Won 3 of his last 5. Austin Lane is 12-3. Won all 5 of his last 5. Justin Tafa minus 180 favor. Austin Lane plus 150 dog. Justin Tafa, 29 years old, 6 foot, 74-inch reach. Austin Lane, 35 years old, 6'6", 80-inch reach, dude. Famously knocked out on the Contender Series by Greg Hardy. Former NFL football player as well, dude. I don't think it matters. Give me the bad man, Justin Tafa, by a bad knockout this week. He's about to chin Austin Lane. What do you say, man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Tafa is still under minus 200 right now. Dude, I think that's the crazy part.
I don't think, dude, I don't like any, dude, if it's anything more than a pick 'em on Justin Tafa, though, I'm nervous because he ain't good. I think I might have picked, it's like, bro, he's like the lowest of level heavyweight.
Yeah, no, he definitely is, but he just got that game-changing power, which most of them do, but he's just super accurate with his shots when he throws, and when he lands, it can be night-night for a lot of people, and I think Austin Lane, he's shown to be chinny before, and I think Justin Tafa, the dude throws heat, man, so I definitely go Tafa by knockout, as far as a prop, but man, I mean, that minus 170 line, I mean, that's juicy enough just to bet straight up if you're ballsy enough, or at least a parlay piece.
Hopefully no one's laying chalk, like hundreds of dollars in chalk on Justin Tafa, dude. Please don't be that confident in him.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm not putting a straight bet on him, but I mean, I'm just saying as far as like that line, just because Austin Lane is not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, hey, but who knows? Maybe he's improved, and we'll see what happens. So silent 6 on Tafa, baby. Austin saying, I guess I'll just go for Austin with this one, despite the bad spelling. It looks like Austin's just going for the dogs, brother. So next fight of the night, co-main event, dude. Here we go. We got Amanda Ribas taking on Macy the Future Barber. Amanda Ribas is 11-3 with a Christmas ball record, win-loss ratio, alternating wins and losses. Won 3 of her last 5, 11-3 overall. Macy Barber won 4 of her last 5, 12-2 overall. A few of those are complete gifted decisions, though. Let's be real. Amanda Ribas, 29 years old, 5'3", 66-inch reach. Macy Barber, 25 years old, 5'5", and 65-inch reach. No longer can be the youngest champion in UFC history, man. Give me Amanda Ribas this week via decision, dude. Macy Barber will not get a gifted decision this week. This is at 125. I like that. Amanda Ribas seems to have some power at 125, dude. She can get hit, so it kind of worries me just a tad. But give me Amanda Ribas to just control the distance, control the ground when she gets it there, and give me 29-28 decision, Amanda Ribas this week. You going for the dog Macy Barber, man?
Man, I think it's definitely a tough fight to pick, but I think it's really just going to depend on which Macy Barber we get. I mean, I am going to go Macy Barber, but I want to see early on in Macy's career when she first entered the UFC, dude, she just had fought with this piss and vinegar attitude and just like would just walk forward. I mean, dude, she knocked out Jillian Robertson. She knocked out JJ Aldrich. Like she was knocking out chicks who were like not getting knocked out at that point and was just like kind of doing it with ease. And it seems like ever since that Roxanne fight, it was almost just something with her mentally. She's just kind of taking a step back. And she only kind of puts that pressure on in the third round, against Miranda Maverick, against Alexa Grasso, against KGB in her last fight. All those fights in the third round, she is just relentless with that pressure. And I just want to see more consistency from her throughout the fight when she does that. As you said, Ribas is hittable. So I think that Macy, she does use a lot of forward pressure. She's a little too content off of throwing off of her back instead of getting up. Macy is like when Macy gets taken down, she'll throw elbows and punches, but instead of doing that, just get up. Like, you got the ability. You're a pretty good wrestler. Just get back to the fence and get up. But as long as Macy comes out with that, that kind of just bull straight ahead pressure, I think she can crack Hebos here, and I think Macy gets a win.
Interesting. All right, D-Rose on Macy Barber this week. I'm pretty high on her. Dude, I think maybe I've just had to come around to Amanda Hebos. Like at first, dude, I just thought she was so irritating. She's like, rah, 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 rah.
I told you
I was just like, God, you're so irritating. But I feel like she's kind of like calmed it down just a little bit now. And this week during like the fight week, she seemed a little bit more calm, composed, and I'm liking this Amanda Hebos this week. So give me Amanda Hebos decision. D Rose is on Macy Barber, so we have another split there. Interesting. So moving on, main event time. Yeah, D Rose.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah,
we got the main event, y'all, of UFC Jacksonville. Going to be Josh CC0 CCO. Is that new?
Huh?
Josh Emmett's nickname? Is that new? CCO?
I've never known him to have a nickname, so apparently it is.
Me either. That's the first time I've seen that. We got Josh Emmett taking on El Matador, Ilia Topuria. Josh Emmett, 18-3, won 4 of his last 5. Ilia Topuria is undefeated, 13-0, and obviously won all 5 of his last 5. 250 dog for Josh Emmett, minus 325 favorite for Ilia Topuria. Josh Emmett, 38 years old, 5'6", 67-inch reach. Dude, listen to this. Ilia Topuria, 26 years old, 5'7", 69-inch reach, dude. The only advantage that Josh Emmett has in this entire fight, dude, is maybe the power in the hooks advantage and a 1-inch reach advantage, dude. No other part about this fight does Josh Emmett have any advantage in, dude. Ilya's younger. I feel like he's got the crisper hands. He's faster. He's got better grappling. I feel like he's got better wrestling. Dude, you can't get him down, dude. I think we're going to see the funeral of Josh Emmett this weekend, dude. Ilya by any way he wants for the most part. Which way are you going this week, man?
I think for Josh Emmett to take the fight so soon, coming off that Yair loss,
indeed, brother.
Definitely, but no, I think it's tough for Josh Emmett to have that bounce back as quickly as he has. You know how I am with fighters taking damage in their previous fight and then turning around pretty quick, and then to turn around against a guy like Topuria. I think it's just the wrong guy to turn around against that quickly. Topuria, I think they have a similar style, but I would say Topuria is a cleaner boxer overall. He uses jab a little bit more and straight punches more than Josh Emmett does. Josh Emmett uses a lot of hooks, but sometimes he'll just get in this mode where he only uses hooks and won't use he has a pretty good body kick.
That's the only thing. He just throws hooks always. That's all Josh Emmett does.
Well, he'll throw body kicks. He caught Yair Rodriguez with a couple good body kicks.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he'll throw a good jab, because when he fought Mirsad Bektic, and this is back in 2019, but he knocked Mirsad Bektic out with a jab. So it's like he has those weapons, but whenever he gets drawn into a fight, he literally goes to fight, and he just swings for the fences with those hooks. And I think that's just going to end up setting him up for danger. I think Topuria ends up hurting him and potentially submits him as well. I think that would be a good play for if you're looking for a prop, Topuria by submission. But I do think that Topuria ends up getting it done. I think he gets it done by finish either way. So I think within the distance for sure. You can maybe look for a round 1, 2, 3 prop for Ilia Topuria, but I think he gets it done relatively early.
Me too, man. Me too. Silent Six, is it just me, or is Ilya's name sound like a Japanese meal? It does sound like some form of sushi, without a doubt. I will give you that.
I'll have one of the Topurias, please.
Yeah. All right, man. So that is all of our picks for this weekend. So we got some different ones to put on for the pick champ. We are both obviously on the main event. Are we going to put the co-main event in there, Amanda Hebos versus Macy Barber?
Let's do it.
All right, that's gonna be one. Did you pick David Onama? You want to do that one?
Yeah, I don't feel confident about that one at all.
All right, you did pick Brendan Allen. All right, you want to do Neil Magny versus Phil Rowe?
Yeah, we can do that, and then Tabitha Ricci, Julia Robinson.
Hell yeah! That is our 3 different ones this week. Me and D Rose have 3 different picks for our weekly pick champ, but D Rose apparently been having the belt so long he don't even care about it anymore. He just loses it. So let me get this pulled up on the screen for just a second, and we'll go over our 3 different picks for this weekend. Going to be let me get this zoomed in so y'all can see what I'm looking at. We got pick number 1, different one, going to be this Tabitha Ricci versus Jillian Robertson. And then pick number 2 going to be Neil Magny versus Phil Rowe. Also, I'm going Tabitha Ricci. D Rose is going Jillian Robertson. This pick, I'm going Phil Rowe. D Rose is going Neil Magny. And our final different pick number 3, going to be Amanda Hebus versus Macy Barber. I am going Amanda Hebus. D Rose going Macy Barber, dude. So let's see. I got a favorite, a dog, and a favorite. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Not too bad this week. I'll take it. Not all favorites, but it's all good. But hey, it is what it is. How do you feel about your odds at winning the pick champ back this week, man?
I mean, we've been rolling so far, so I feel good. If I'm, through 2. Jillian Robinson, Tabitha Ricci, that's a little bit closer to even, but Macy's a pretty decent underdog against
so is
against
Phil Rose too. Phil Rose,
yeah. But honestly, I'm surprised because Macy's actually a bigger underdog than what I thought. Like she's almost like a
2-1, like, right?
Yeah, he was minus 200 on a lot of lines.
Yeah, plus
170,
plus 165, minus 195 over here. So yeah, man. Let's see. What is props? Ilya by knockout is plus 165. Ilya by sub plus 140, dude. What's Ilya just by finish straight up? Ilya by finish, dude. Minus 250, dude. They're not even giving you no room there. It's expected, dude. Expected, man. Armin, Ilya by finish this past weekend was minus 330, dude. And that's why if he didn't get that, I was going to be heated, dude. Heated.
Well, he didn't hit that under, so you were heated anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I got some cheddar for this weekend. Hopefully get a few parlays. Hopefully win some money this weekend, man. Good fights this weekend, though. Going to be early. I apologize that D-Rose can't watch them live. I'm going to try my hardest not to be like, oh, my God, D-Rose, you got to watch this. Because I do that every single fight week. You're always at work. I'm like, hey, man, you got to watch this fight.
Yeah, I'm literally like at work. Like, I'm not getting home until like 9 o'clock some nights. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just now catching like the last fight. Yeah, like I'm just now catching like the last fight on the prelims or whatever the hell's going on.
Yeah, man. Strongest plays on the card though, man. Before we get out of here, you got anything to leave the people with? What do you feel most confident about this week?
Man, I'm really waiting for the props to kind of come out this week, but I would say the one that I feel pretty good about at the moment right now. I would say probably Neil Magny by decision against Phil Rowe,
play.
Yeah, at worst the over 2.5 in that fight. I think that Neil Magny is going to do his best to mitigate a lot of the damage. I think that Phil Rowe, his best way to do it is to knock him out. I know you said Neil Magny gets hit a lot, but he hadn't really been knocked out in like a really long time. His last few times that he's been finished, he's been submitted. He got submitted by Shopcott and he got submitted by Gilbert Burns. So I do think that, Phil Rowe, although he's a black belt, I don't know if he presents that type of danger for Neil Magny there. So I think at worst, maybe you could look at the start round 3 because I know Neil Magny got a round 3 finish against Danny Rodriguez as well. So maybe round 3 to start if you're looking for just a regular prop. Other than that, Neil Magny by decision is one I feel good about.
All right. Personally, me, once the props drop, I would maybe take a look at Cody Brundage via submission. Maybe Trevor Peak via knockout once that opens up, but I assume that's going to be already like expected. Like it's probably going to be like
plus 150,
plus 110 or some shit like that. Maybe interested in Zalgas by decision once that opens up. The Tabitha versus Jillian, dude, it probably goes to decision, so I'd be interested in that. Randy Brown versus Wellington, maybe the over for that, or that to go to decision wouldn't surprise me too much. Neil Magny, Phil Rowe, I am probably with you. I think that probably goes to decision. Maybe interested. What's Brendan Allen by sub right now? There's a few options. Brendan Allen by sub plus 175. Brendan Allen by decision is plus 350. So maybe take a look at both of those. Or in the under 1.5 in that fight's plus 115. Justin Tafa by KO is minus 125, but it's probably going to happen. And then, Ilya by finish minus 250. That's all my pretty much the shit that I'm like, okay, that's probably going to happen this weekend. So I'll probably put that in a parlay if I haven't already, and like a 7-leg or something like that, and just hope for the best. But that's all my plays this weekend. But that's going to be pretty much all for me and D Rose here this time. You got anything else before we get out of here, man?
Nah, man, I think we're good to go. As I just got the alert on my mic that my mic's done.
All right.
My headphones.
All good, man. So we appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping by here today. Thank you for hanging out with your boys over here on the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast. I am Matt. D Rose is on that side of your screen. We'll be back here next Wednesday to give you our thoughts and everything from this weekend's fights and break down next week's cards. We've got a lot to go. We've got a ton. So we truly appreciate it. So once again, appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. I'm Matt D Rose. That's how you screen. This was the Golden Octagon MMA Podcast, and we'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
Pick champ.
Get Austin in here real quick. Pick champ. You fuck.